That's music for you, my friends. It is a pleasure to show you in a musical audio way the music I like. So what's up? I have done things now, busy schedule, but we have to take time to contemplate. Nothing is wrong with using time to contemplate. I think it's much needed. The contemplation, the reflections, the putting verbs in my mouth, that is important. I am just a simple guy. I have thoughts about spending time. It is not easy when it comes to spending time, because you can feel too much selfish. It can be too much selfish act. In someone's regard, to spending time like this is to be selfish. But we have a saying that if you can't help yourself, how would you be able to help other people? And sometimes you can be so drained out and you feel even worse by spending time contemplating. I am that kind of person that have this dilemma that maybe it's something like I need confirmation. It can be. It's not far-fetched assumption of me that since I feel bad about spending time here or there with myself or alone or whatever, I feel lack of confirmation. So that's the reason, because I feel bad about spending time alone. But I think the best time is when you can join and be alone. Because I think I mentioned it before, if you have followed this video channel, I have mentioned it before. It's told by a missionary that was in Argentina. They had a long way to go, and it was the old times without roads and this conveniency equipment. So the Indians, they helped this missionary to carry and walk through the jungle or whatever over far of a distance. And suddenly, without any needed food or any other reasons to stop, they stopped, sat down, and doing nothing. And he, as a Norwegian, he asked them, why is it that you just stop here? Is it some... you don't eat, you don't drink, you don't... you just sit? As I remember him, as he explained that, as he was explained also, that they were waiting for their soul. So I may write that down so that I don't forget that. Waiting for their soul. It's highly, it's interesting. It's interesting that this is a word. In India, the Indians in Argentina was waiting for their soul. Let me take a soul trip here. That's it. That was a tune of Waiting for the Soul. I have a hard time reading what I write. I have a hard time with that. It is it is kind of, you see, there is something very obvious about this kind of stuff. Because we are talking about God in our heart, believe in our heart. We talk about love in our heart. We talk about ourself in our heart. We talk about thoughts in our heart. We talk about all kinds of, what do you call it? Some kind of phenomenon that explains what we already understand. We can't put something in our heart, we will die. If we take it literally. But I've been talking about this void. And I think that the void in our soul, when we talk about soul, I think it's the whole instrument of me. Body, thoughts, feelings, and even the spirit. That we can, maybe I can cook it down. Like I think people that are not so spiritual minded, I don't mock them. It's okay. They are not oriented like that, but still they can be very spiritual. Because if you fill a bucket of water, if you fill it with water, and you heat it up, you know that steam, it will vaporize. And over time, as I am a forgetting guy, I was boiling water until I get this water heater, and I cook water and it it turns itself off. And that is a security, but when I'm making porridge or something else, cooking carrots, or I forget water, and it will start to smell, and I get the idea that I have forgot something. What is wrong with me? What is about? To take this simple. So when you have this heated enough, you know that it is going to boil. The water in itself have this vapor. It can be ice. So it's stone hard. Ice in Norway is quite common, and the people here are stone hard. It's hard to penetrate to a Norwegian. I am the polar opposite because I've been to Africa, so I know how to vaporize. I know the heat. I know that even if you vaporize, you are not less what you are in the first place. And maybe to be that stone hard is just a stage. It's just a stage of your situation. I don't judge. It's just a stage. Because you are in a specific situation, it's cold out there, and you are freezing, and you get hard. And it's kind of, for many people, it's kind of given that since, you see, I've been working in different environment, mostly unsensitive, so it's a lot of bullying, a lot of harsh words, and I am that sensitive guy. I easily vaporize. It's not me indirectly saying that I'm more spiritual. I don't regard sensitivity as something more spiritual. It's just what it is. I'm a person with some sensitivities, and I have this kind of observation, and it can be all wrong. I can be wrong most of the time. Misunderstanding because I'm that sensitive. So it's yes, as someone that is stone hard like ice will it will be hard to penetrate if you don't have the right equipment. And if you have no patience, you can't penetrate because it's just hard. And it's also proven that even water is stone hard. If you fall from an aeroplane down to the sea, it's not like fur. It's hard as a rock. It's the worst place to fall because it's stone hard. It depends on the force that you hit the water. And they also, maybe you don't know it, but they also used to cut stone with water. You see, over time, where the stones have been in the water for a long time, it becomes smooth because it's all grinding to each other and to the water. Water makes the surface so smooth. And they can cut with a hard enough water stream, small water stream that is so hard. It is pushed by this force, so it can cut stone as butter. It's like them. Diamond is harder than stone generally. It's compared. If you have this crystal, it is hardness as 7, to the degree of 7 of hardness. Crystal can penetrate glass, but not so much more. I think glass is around 5, 6, 7, I don't know. And rubies, sapphire, have the hardness of 9. So it's a lot harder than this crystal. But when it comes to diamond, you will know that the degree of hardness to a diamond is only 10. So how hard compared to a ruby is a diamond? No, it's said the diamond is 100 times harder than a ruby. So that's in your, it will blow your mind how hard a diamond is. So when water can cut a stone easily as a butter, of course it takes time, but it depends on the force, it depends on the equipment that they have made. Like this little needle, opening of a size of a needle or something like that, it will have this smooth cutting to it. So when I was trying to make chess, table of chess board, I went to a store that they were having this larvae kit. It's a stone here in area. Larvik is the town, but in Larvik area, close to my town, Sandefjord, they have this larvae kit. That is very beautiful. It's bluish, and together with marmor, I can Google marmor if that is the correct word. Let me see. Marble. I'm a bit, but we get it right, don't we? So it can cut, so I asked, can you make, yeah, it depends, and so on, and I asked, what are you doing this cutting with? Because in the end of this, the edge can be broken off. No, we cut it with water, and the water does it perfectly. So it's not the saw like that, but it is water that is penetrating, and it have a price to do that job. So that is too much of water, don't you think? But it is the water is water, and if you have this bucket of water on a heater, you will get vaporized. It's quite funny that the ice cube of a water will turn into liquid. Then in the next line you have this steam, fog, or whatever it's called, damp, steam, yeah, it's damp in Norwegian. So this damp will go up into the air, and when it's cold it can be snow, and still it's water. It's water. So you see the soul, it have these different qualities to it. It's all differential, and even though it is water, and you can see the density in some way, because it is no space within water, it's liquid, it's floating all over, and if you are unlucky, you can get water spilled on somewhere that is going to be spoiled. But in water you have this void. As in soul is the part of the body that is, it's able to be filled. It is filled with this quality that you have love. So that is my take on that. That if you have love, your soul is full of love. If you have belief in God, your soul is filled with God. Some kind of guiding star for your life. It's the God doesn't ask, the love doesn't ask, what kind of state are you in? I think even though water can be liquid or ice, it still is water. It's still the same. It has just crystallized. It is just a different quality to it, but it is still the same. And as a human, you can be in different states of mind. It doesn't really say all about the environment. Some people may believe that. I tried to say that before, but I think that common idea that someone is hard is that he or she have been growing up in a very rough environment. But me, I have been all that sensitive all along. I haven't changed much. Maybe I use my creativity to adapt to different situations, and I try to use my learning experience to not be that vulnerable. That is happening all the time. It's who I am as a person. That even though I'm sensitive, it's I can change. I can adapt, I can understand. So that is the value of spending time with yourself, quality of time that you can reflect. And don't isolate yourself from that kind of experience that you are sensitive. Yes, you are sensitive, but it is good to have this ability to learn. People that doesn't seem to learn is always putting the blame on others. If you can't ask for forgiveness because you are so sensitive, I think you have a problem. If you say, what caused him or her to do that to me? Or what did I do that caused my own sensitivity to react on that? I think it is a deep value to wait for the soul to spend time getting to grips with yourself. We see the begotten son. He ended up in a gutter, so to say, with pigs. And I think that was a good place. Believe you me, I think that was the best place he had been. Not because of the pigs, not because of the stinkiness there, but he came to himself. To come to yourself is where you will put down a stone, put down a pole, say from that moment I had a change of heart. And I think even you were in the gutter, people think that way, especially those drug addicts. I don't want to say those in a bad term, but we have some problems, everyone. So when we come to ourself, it's written, he came to himself. Am I preaching or not? When you come to yourself, you realize where you really are. You don't go around lying for yourself, nor do you need to lie about yourself to others. It's a degree of honesty. I was in the gutter. I was together with pigs. I was there when I realized my own self, my own place. He came to himself. That's a strong statement. He was recovering his soul, and he may have had a lot of time doing some shit work, bad work, watching the pigs so they don't walk away. And it was a Gentile country because Jews have never dealt with pigs. They are forbidden. Not even a pig will touch the Holy Land. It's forbidden. But my friends, even if you find yourself there, be just honest. I'm here. I need to do something about my state of being. I shouldn't be here watching these pigs. What a waste! So that is the soul, the hardness, to come to grips with the reality. And as I have said many times, that to the atheist, mainly because they think that Bible is bogus stories and made up ideas, and God is a human creation. It's that is degree of missing the point, because the Word from God created everything, and everything needs to be defined. And when God came to the garden, he asked, "Where are you? Where are you?" Here it is, where you are. And it is the same. The begotten Son. Oh, it's like Adam. Where are you? I'm here. I'm here. What am I doing here? So, my friends, this is the void talking. I want to talk to your soul, to your heart. Ask yourself, what is there? Where am I now? That is the realization. You can go so far that you feel that you are lost yourself, you're lost by yourself. I am that kind of person that feels very often that I'm lost. It's just a degree of honesty. I'm honest. I want to stay honest. I don't want to stay as a liar about myself. So, how to end this? Maybe I ended with this music again. It's let the music rain. It's a therapy, as my girlfriend said. Music is therapy. It's beautiful. And I start to believe her now. It is therapy. Wow. Have a nice day. Be blessed.